Man, we back with another one, man. I got a very special guest, man. One of my kinfolks, man. By the way of who?
Beeda Weeda, what's happening?
Oh, man, we got Beeda Weeda in here, man. Before we start, though, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, man. Cookies, you understand me? Beef Fiends, you understand me? Evelyn Jones, you know. We got the special guest out here, Beeda Weeda, man. My neighborhood, my family, my kinfolks, man.
What's
What's
my
going
dog,
on, man? Come on, man. We're going to start this shit from the beginning, man. Let them know, man, where's Beeda Weeda was born and raised at, man?
Oakland, California, from the Dubs. Been doing this music thing for a little second. Actually started off making beats and gradually got into rapping, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. So now we got to hit the rewind button. Y'all heard what he said, started off making beats. So let's give him the full introduction. When you say started off making beats, what year was this, and who was some of the production that you started with?
Man, I was in high school, so my mom, she got me I played in a band when I went to Manzanita. I don't know if when you went to Manzanita, 6th grade, you have to pick an instrument to play, you feel me? So that kind of like got me started in the music, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, my cousin, he played the trumpet. My grandpa, he a veteran, he played the trumpet. My uncle was in a band, you feel me? So music kind of always been in my life. My mom, she dated a DJ, so I used to help take all the records to the sets and all that, you feel me? So I kind of always been around music. Like, my mom even told me, she was like, when she was pregnant with me, the only way she would calm me down if I was in her stomach, she would put headphones on the stomach to calm down, you feel me? So, yeah, mom's had got me a little keyboard and shit, you know what I'm saying? And just start off like that. I was making beats. I was making beats for my homie J Bug. You feel me? He from Garden Street. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was just in high school. He come through and I was just making beats. Back in the day, he it's a trip because he showed me. He would take a headphone, he'll break it in half, he'll plug it into the stereo, and it turns into a microphone. So we would hang the mic over the headphone over the ceiling fan. I make beats, and he'll actually record and put it on the tape. You know what I'm saying? And he'll take the tape to school, and we on, you feel me? So it started off like that, and then I started writing hooks. Actually though, let me back it up. I was messing with J Bug, then I got introduced to this group called Dying to Live. And they actually had like a real situation that was signed. I was like 16 years old. I did like 2 beats on there. And then I would like mess with the hooks here and there, you feel me? So one day I was in the studio, I was like, Beeda, just do a hook, you feel me? So I did a hook, and I got on the beat or whatever. And then Lil Al, right? So Lil Al, even though he's from the 90s, he was, you know, he was hanging in the Dubs too. Lil Al low key from the Dubs too though, right? Sure. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So Lil Al had wanted some beats. I hooked up, met Lil Al and shit. We got real tight. I wanted some beats, and I started messing with him. And it's funny because he couldn't really afford to pay for the beats. So, you know, at the time we was trapping and shit, right? So I throw him a bundle and he'll go run it off, and then that's how he'll take care of me for the beats, you feel me? So I started making beats for him, and then I started writing little hooks for him, and then he was really the one that was like, Beeda, you dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you need to rap, you feel me? Let's start rapping. So we formed a little group, Lil Al and Beeda Weeda. It was just on some fun shit. We had made like 6 songs together. And then my big bro J-Mo, he had the CD machine where you could press up the CDs, you feel me? So we'll go up to the top and we'll burn all our stuff. And then, you know, me being from the Dubs, I'd be in the Dubs, and we'll go over to Booker's on 9-0, and we was just shooting the CDs out, you feel me? And then I never forget, bro, we was at a sideshow, and me and Al, because that's me and Al was known for, you feel me? He had this little brown Z, and I had this Blue Park Ave, you feel me? So we would be back to back, you know what I'm saying, through the whole East. That's what the whole East was for. So I remember one time I was at a sideshow, and we parked, and we bounced out, I was over by Seminary, and we was walking past, we was playing our music, and then some group of girls walked past, and they started rapping our music, you feel me? The song we was playing, you feel me? So we looked at each other, and we was like, okay, this shit working, you know what I'm saying? But that was like the first time I'm like, okay, I could do this rap shit, you feel me? So it kind of just started off there, bro. Like I said, I started off making beats and gradually got into the rap. I always feel like that's why I'm so dope at rapping, because I approach the music from a producer's ear. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
not necessarily from a, you know what I'm saying? That's why my flow be kind of like crazy and shit, because I use my voice then like an instrument. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in the short, you know, that's basically like, you know. So, and then after that, Al went to jail. Al had caught a case, you feel me? And when Al went down, that's when I really started taking the rapping a little bit more serious. I was making beats for Under Surveillance.
So let's slow down a little bit. Let's slow down a little bit, because you're giving them too much sauce. Hella fast. I can't even ask nothing. You going so crazy, giving them too much knowledge. So let's take it back to Gordon Street. Like you said, you started on Gordon Street.
Mm-hmm.
For doing some beats for your boy Jay.
Mm-hmm. Jay Book, yep.
From Tapped In, you and Al the Gamer became partners. From that, I remember that y'all used to ride around in promotional vans.
Yeah. So this was way before then, though. We didn't get to that part yet.
So still talking about two, because you was talking about the 380. Was it 280Z or 380Z?
It was 380.
380Z.
Yeah, I had the 96 Park Ave, the candy blue one with the blue tints.
I remember that. I remember that. So this during the time of when the hyphy movement was just starting and getting created.
Yep.
This before it was even called hyphy movement. When niggas just out there doing hyphy trains and just out there fucking with it.
Yep.
So in our era, we used to call it fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all was outside fucking with it, was y'all out there pushing the line, or was people just already knew what time it was?
As far as like, what you mean as far as pushing the line?
Like you said, J-Mo had the line on the CD getting pressed up.
Yeah.
So before y'all introduced yourself with J-Mo, how was y'all?
Yeah, we was already popular.
Yeah, how was y'all getting yourself out there?
Yeah, we was already popular, bro. We was all hustlers and shit, having our money and shit. So, like, even when we went to go fuck with J-Mo, we did all that shit on our own. That had nothing to do with J-Mo, you feel me? I'm like, Jay, let's use the thing. We trying to press these motherfuckers up, you feel me? So, like I said, me and Al was already natural hustlers. We already be trapping over in Bookers and in the hood. So we just have our CDs too, you know what I'm saying?
So for the people that's tuning in, and when we say J-Mo, who is J-Mo?
So J-Mo is from Under Surveillance. That's my big brother. He from 2A. I call him the 2A General, you know what I'm saying? He's basically like the head of Under Surveillance. Under Surveillance is one of our most greatest rap groups from Oakland and from the Dubs, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he was in the group. How I really started, I started making beats for them. It was almost, I always say it's kind of like the Kanye shit, right? You know, with Kanye, they kind of gave him a little deal just to get his beats, right? Because it's funny, right? Because when I always thought I was trash. Because I wasn't a nigga who had a book full of raps. Like, the first rap I wrote, I recorded. I always was in the studio, you feel me? I never grew up like, nigga, I want to be a rapper. Like, I really was a low-key nigga. I don't like the spotlight and all that shit, you feel me? But Jay, you know, they wanted my beats and shit, you feel me? So we had the studio up in the hood on the spot, you know what I'm saying? So when I make beats for everybody, when everybody leave, I sneak in there and record and shit, you know what I'm saying? So then I start recording. Niggas weren't really tripping off the rap music like that, off my rap music. They was more tripping off my beats. My beats was going crazy. And then I started just investing in myself, bro. And I went and I was working with this cat named Charlie O. And you remember Charlie O? Yep. So we did my first album, Turfology 101. And basically, I paid for everything, did it. I had got it. But see, it was before, that was when Tajay had got it. Before then, it was just like on a CD, and I had pressing up, and I was giving out through the hood. And actually, how Tajay found it was a chick from my neighborhood that was dating Tajay at the time was playing my music around him. You feel me? And he was like, who was that? She was like, oh, this little nigga from my hood, Beeda Weeda. He's like, man, that shit dope as fuck, right? So I'm heavy into the pimping shit, right? I'm not even in the town no more. I'm out sack fucking with it. The nigga Tajay was coming through the Dubs, was coming up to 2A looking for me. You feel me? So one day J-Mo called me. He like, bro, this nigga Tajay keep coming up here looking for me. I don't know who the fuck Tajay or Hyro is. You feel me? I'm like, all right. He like, man, he with Hyro. I'm like, all right. He like, nah, bro, this some, you feel me? Like, this some serious shit. I need you to come back to Oakland. You feel me? So then I came back, and then boom, that's how basically that happened. Tajay, I did my first deal with Tajay. That's when he got us the van, and that's when the Turfology with the hat and all that shit came about.
So was that how the Clear label came about?
That's how the Clear label came about, because Tajay that's his label, you feel me? So he basically did a joint venture with PTB, our shit, you feel me, and Clear label. And then that's what we put out before we dropped the album. I already had the album done, but then around this time, that's when all the mixtape stuff was going on. So the album was called Turfology 101. So we did like some mixtapes leading up to it. I did the orientation, and that was hosted by DJ Backside from KML. You remember her? Mm-hmm. She was popping, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So she did my first mixtape orientation. Then I did the homework, and then from the homework, we went into Turfology 101. Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
So
it's a trip. Actually, I'm dropping Turfology 102 on the 3rd, on April 3rd. You feel me? So I'm excited about that. You know what I'm
This
saying?
motherfucker here, man. Y'all hear this shit? He giving them hella sauce. And it's crazy because he flung with it and it's like, he beat me to the punch. I'm like, damn, okay, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, they hear all this information. So, clear label, boom. Tajay coming to the Dubs.
Yep.
Who's Beeda Weeda? Where Beeda Weeda at?
Yep,
Beeda Weeda and Shaq getting some money. You know, living a life of what he's living at that time.
At the time, yeah.
J-Mo give you the phone call. I need you to come back to the hood. Mm-hmm. So now, with that phone call, you took it in consideration as in, now I need to take this shit as a real business.
Real
craft.
business, for sure.
You know?
Like J-Mo, I love him to death. He had told me too, he was like, bro, I need you to stop hustling, like at all. You feel me? And just do this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you going to jail and none of that shit. You feel me? He like, man, just trust me on this shit, bro. You do this shit, it's gonna work out for you. You feel me? So I believed in him, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I quit doing everything. I was just in the studio every day. Anything niggas needed me to do, anything, I was just doing it. You know what I'm saying? It had to do with working in music. You feel me? So, and then, so my hood, it was some shit going on in my hood. You feel me? And you know, just beef and shit, street shit. Unfortunately, some people passed, you feel me? So when that happened, because we had the studio on the block, you feel me? On the same spot where we grinded and all that shit, you feel me? So go ahead.
It's crazy. This motherfucker here, he beat me to the goddamn punch. So, you know, like you said, lost some people, you know what I'm saying? Very important people to the situation. You know what I'm saying? RP J Black, RP Lil Will, you know what I'm saying? RP Seal, you know what I'm saying? RP V, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these components played a very domino effect into the game. RP Buck too. You know what I'm saying?
RP Buck, for sure.
But before we get to all of these people, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they play a heavy factor in the life, you know what I'm saying, of growing up, plus the heavy factor in the chain of the command of the music shit. So, you know, growing up in the hood and, you know, picking up all these different oars about how people carry themselves, what people live by, plus having to, you know, push the line for the music and keep yourself, you know, well around good energy so you won't be getting incarcerated, having no breakdown failures. Like, how did you keep yourself away from that type of shit?
My big brother J-Mo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, he you know, he made sure I was straight. Cause you know I was into a lot of shit before, but once I started doing the music, he really looked over me and just like, you know, it'd be times niggas would pull up to the hood, like, Beeda, come on, you feel me? He'll come grab me. Nah, and he'll start flashing on them niggas, y'all cut. You feel me? Beeda ain't doing that. Beeda up here, he working on his music, you feel me? So it was just my OGs, bro. My OGs really looked after me, made sure I was straight, you know what I'm saying? Was with me every step of the way, everything I was doing, just make sure I was good, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So as some of your first songs and shit, you know, when you was doing what you was doing, I believe your first single was Turf Up, right?
That was my first big song, yeah.
When Turf's Up hit the, you know, the ground running, and from what I remember that you had caught a wave from being at the Tell Me When to Go video shoot.
Okay, so now I put the Tell Me When to Go video together.
See? You see this?
So this, I'm glad we could talk, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't do, I ain't did too many podcasts, so people don't really be knowing the history and how many things I've had my hand in, you feel me? So when I got to deal with Tajay, before he came with it, remember Turf's Up was out before then already. I made Turf's Up in 2004, but it didn't, I made Turf's Up in 2003, but it really didn't drop till like 2006, right? So, so it was like right before the Tell Me When to Go, it was out, but it wasn't like, I didn't have a video or nothing done like that, right? But I was with Tajay. So 40 had hit Tajay on some like, man, I want to shoot this video in the town. You know what I'm saying? I need help. So Tajay said, it's this nigga named Beeda Weeda from the Dubs. 40 didn't even know I rap. You feel me? He didn't even expose all that. Wow. He was like, it's this nigga from the Dubs. He hella popular. He got cars. He know everybody. He can get everything together for you. You feel me? So he put me in touch with 40. You know what I'm saying? So 40 hit me. The nigga, the cover to the Ghetto Report card, nigga, that's on our porch. That's in the Dubs. That's on our porch, nigga.
On the 8.
Yeah, on the 8. He did the whole photo shoot on the 8 at the apartments right across the street from the center, and then on the porch. The nigga, so he came through. I got all the cars together. Took him to all the spots. I actually got an interview with him where he's talking about all that. I'm gonna release that soon. And so yeah, the whole video shoot, I took him everywhere. Ben's Burgers, took him up to Booker's, called hella niggas, got everybody out. The hood held him down, made sure he was straight, he was safe. You feel me? And so afterwards, he had came in the house in the studio, and I was playing my music. He's like, nigga, you hard, you feel me? So then from there, he wanted to sign me. He wanted to sign me as Stalin. You know what I'm saying? So we was having meetings over at remember we had the burger spot in Fat Burger? Yeah, I just got that. So we was having meetings over there. But you know, I'm solid, bro. You feel me? So I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with the hood and I'm gonna stick with Tajay for right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, he had wanted to sign me in Stalin. You know what I'm saying?
was that after the Turf's Up remix?
That was before the Turf's Up remix. This was right after we did Tell Me When to Go. And that's actually, so in my video, Turf's Up, so this is what we did. We pulled one, right? So when we was shooting the video for Tell Me When to Go, I was getting scenes for Turf's Up. That's how I got Lil Jon in the Turf's Up video doing the hook. You feel me? Because we was at EYODC over in the East, and that's where Lil Jon was at, right? We shoot some scenes over there. So I pulled him to the side, and I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Do this hook for me. So he did it, you feel me? And I got hella features and shit. So I had dropped my video I think it was right after the Tell Me When to Go. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it, if you look at my video, Tell Me When to Go, it's certain scenes you could be like, okay, Beeda shot that right there when 40 and then was shooting that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how all that kind of like came apart. And then J-Mo actually is the one who came up with the idea for the remix, getting hella niggas on there. And damn near like that shit ain't never had been done before. I think the only person that did it was like Puffy, the old school flavor in the ear type in the I Got 5 on it remix, you feel me? But like in the Bay, it wasn't hella them like that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, J-Mo came up with the idea. Of course, 40 hopped on it hella fast. We went and pulled up on Clyde Carson, and he hopped on it. San Quinn, and then actually, who plugged me with Short? I had met Short at a Fab show. I had came from a Fab show, and Fab introduced me to Short, but he already kind of knew who I was, and Short was player off top. He fucked with me from the gate, you feel me? Pulled up to the studio, knocked it out, and that's basically how that came about, you know what I'm saying? And like that basically, once I put out that remix though, that shit was going crazy, you feel me? Because they was already playing the original on the radio, but then when I did the remix, they was really running that motherfucker on the radio.
Yeah, that motherfucker went up. It had some legs for a few years.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, how did it feel to create an anthem for your city, but came from the neighborhood that you was from originally?
Man, you know what's dope about that shit, bro? I remember the day I wrote that motherfucker, bro. You feel me? I made the beat for that motherfucker too. So like, that shit was just, bro, I would just make music. I would make music for us because all we did was ride around through the town. You feel me? That's back when town was fun and we couldn't go to the club and none of that shit, so we'd go hit the East, turn up, you feel me, knock bitches and all that shit. So I would just make music so we had music to ride around and shit, you know what I'm saying? So that song basically was just explaining what we were doing every day, you know what I'm saying? Me and my niggas. So that was dope for that shit to organically and just like pick up and take off like that, because I was just talking about, you know what I mean, everything we was doing, just life. Like I always say, like, with my music is a diary, bro. Like, whatever I was going through in that point in time, you'll hear it in my music. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you literally can go back and listen to that music, and then you'll hear exactly what I was going through at that point in time. So when I did Turf's Up, that's all we was doing, was through the East. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
So who was the original videographer for that video? Because I remember, I can't pinpoint it.
J-Mo.
So J-Mo shot that?
J-Mo directed it. He pretty much shot it. Who? Damn, bro. I'm hella mad I can't remember right now who I actually filmed it. I'm trying to think.
So your second single Hear My Tummy?
Okay, so that was shot by Colin Tilley. That was a little bit further. That's a
little
bit further down.
I was gonna get to that.
That's a little while. That's 2008.
So we got Turf's Up. Turf's Up had a leg for about 2 years.
Yep.
So from that, the second drop was.
It was On Like Shit.
On Like Shit.
That was the video. That was my other video. And you know what was dope about Turf's Up though? Like now hella niggas got videos. Wasn't no niggas having videos back then. And it was playing on VJ TV on Soul Beat. You feel me? So that's why my shit was popping like that through Oakland, because you got a few niggas rapping, but niggas ain't had no music. Back then, niggas weren't having music videos like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that shit was like big. The whole town was like, you feel me? And that was like, I actually did my first real interview like that when I put that video out over there at VJ TV. So yeah, that was my first video. Then the other one was On Like Shit. J-Mo directed all that. I can't remember exactly. Forgive me too, whoever shot that shit. But I know J-Mo directed it. He wrote all the script and everything and the shots, and you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
So off the first legs of the Turf's Up, what was your biggest show coming out off that single?
The biggest show?
At that time?
I can't really say what my biggest show was, bro, because I was having shows, bro, throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the week, bro. Like, I have like 4 or 5 shows a week, bro. What I say was some of my memorable things from that Turf's Up, though, it wasn't when it took off, bro. It was when how me and Stalin met was at Mingles. You remember old school Mingles?
I was just telling niggas that.
Okay, right.
That was like, Mingles was basically like the bong show for the town on how really the hyphy movement was created.
You
know what I'm saying? DJ Igor Beats.
Yeah, Igor
Beats.
You know
what I'm saying? The Bay Life. Killer B. And, Dyson, E-Mac, Noise, everybody, you know what I'm saying? And to have, a lot of people don't know that was the most culturally inclined thing that we had that represented us of the underground of the streets, because the separation from the mob movement into the new culturally inclined hyphy movement shit, it had a bridge gap for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with the bridge gap, you had yourself, you had Stalin, and Eddie Projects. Who else we had? We had Shady, shit. We had Jonah when he was around. We had R.B., Filthy, Blood, HD, Lil Rule. Shit. It was a whole foundation of brothers that, I mean, to see that camaraderie was built within a foundation, it was dope, because at that time we haven't seen it in a long time since the mob movement. So y'all brothers was coming together, putting this conglomerate together from just started from you and Stalin.
Yeah, me and Stalin, me and that Mingles, you feel me? I remember sometimes I used to be fucking with them niggas so tough. I'd be in the West, in Cypress and Acorns, niggas sometimes used to think I was from the West Oakland, you feel me? And then vice versa, Stalin be in the Dub so much, sometimes niggas think he was from the hood, you feel me? But yeah, that was actually some of the best times of my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, we had a lot of fun, bro. You feel me? Wasn't no egos, wasn't like we was all just hungry, having fun, just making music. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it was a good time too. Cause I do remember, I done came to Cypress with you a couple of times when Stalin was first creating, when he was doing the early morning shit. We used to pass out the CDs and flyers and shit. So, you know, to see that transition and where it's at today and where you have became today, it's a beautiful blessing, bro.
Yeah, hell
hell yeah. A lot of people don't understand what we say getting it out the mud. Sometimes people look at it as always in a drug form, but niggas created a narrative that didn't have a narrative here. You know what I mean? And at that time, East Oakland and West Oakland and Roxo had.
Yeah, you know, I know. So that's why when they seen that, it was like such a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how tight we was rocking. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was dope. That was a real dope era, bro. Like,
so
for real.
From y'all having that conglomerate together and shit, that brotherhood, everybody started congregating together at the High Road building.
So basically what it is, Tajay gave me my situation. So boom, we go back, right? So when I was talking, we had funk in the hood, so, you know, situation had happened on the block. My van got shot up, you know what I'm saying? And so Tajay was like, I don't want you up there no more. You feel me? Like, it was a room in the High Road building, upstairs, a little room. He's like, bro, you can have that. You feel me? Come over here and record. So boom, you know me, I instantly hopping the horn. Nigga, everybody, come on, this is what we doing. You feel me? We in here. So I start slowly bringing niggas in. And then Tajay was seeing all this different talent. You feel me? Styling, just all the different live wire niggas, all that shit. So, you know, him and J-Mo start talking, and he ended up giving us the room downstairs. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how it started. But yeah, that whole situation with my situation is just, you know, I wasn't on no, I don't know, it's me. I'm like, nigga, this is what we doing. Y'all, come on. You feel me?
So did the whole shebang production crew was started around you?
So that came from Drew, right?
Jermaine Drew.
So Jermaine Drew is basically like a little brother, little cousin. You feel me? We like family because he's connected to Garden Street. You feel me? He down there grew up a little bit on Garden Street. I've been knowing Jermaine Drew since he was a kid. You feel me?
So Garden Street is in the Dubs, right?
Garden Street is in the Dubs. It's
Okay.
right before 25th. You feel me? Right
By 26,
by Manzanita,
right?
East 27th for Garden. You feel me?
So, you know, and I'm only saying this for those that don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, but y'all might
they
not
might think I'm
know,
talking about
you know
Garden
what I'm
Street Sack or something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Drew was making beats. He from North Oakland, right? But he was making beats, and he had set up a studio over at his house. So me and Stalin started going over there, just fucking with him. That's actually where I recorded the Homework mixtape. You know what I'm saying? So when I got into the building with Tajay, off top, Drew with me. You feel me? Wherever I'm going, come on. You feel me? So he was the one who knew Fresh and Tower. He brought all them in there. That was him, and Gully and all that. That was the whole shebang. You feel me? So that's how they came in. You know what I mean? And then so Moses Music is a nephew to one of my big homies from the hood, Bone. You know what I'm saying? So Moses started coming through, and he brought D-Lo and Sleepy in there, and that's how they got in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that was crazy too, because for years, I always was trying to figure out, like, how the fuck did D-Lo and Sleepy end up over there?
Yeah.
Because, you know, before D-Lo had went to jail, D-Lo used to always be with me.
Okay.
But when he came home,
okay, see, I didn't know
he
that.
ended up over there.
Yeah.
So
that was through Moses. Moses was fucking with it.
So
you feel me?
It's crazy because I think, from what I believe, I think Moses used to be around us when we was doing the Get Ya Gotcha, HBR Click, and the Sluggers.
Yep, that sounds about right.
You feel me? Because
that's what they character. It was the HBR Click. That's what was coming through.
See, that's when I had them when they was HBR Click, because my little cousin, Lil James, was they peoples. They was close with them. You feel me? And I felt, you know, in love with them little niggas as little brothers. You feel me? And it was just like, they needed a push. So when we was doing that Sluggish shit, we was kind of popping at that time.
Yeah,
so
y'all was. I remember that.
I'm like,
y'all was popping. Yeah.
Boom, little cuz hit me like, cuz, y'all doing hella big ass shows, cuz, can we get on some shows?
Yeah.
And I just be like, fuck it, it's good. So the first song that D-Lo had before the No-Ho was this one that used to be like, I've been through the streets and the town's wide open. North, east, west side Oakland. Yeah. That was the song that they used to be doing. Yeah. So one day he come back at the next show like, well, I got one.
Yeah.
Like, what? He like, I made to be everything. This motherfucker go crazy. Like, what the fuck? So boom, he like, let us perform. We let him perform. So that day was Get Ya Gotcha, Sluggers, HBR Click. Boom, let him perform. That motherfucker went crazy.
Crazy, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you, bro. So look, I remember when bro first came around, right? And they played the song. I was hearing the song. I was like, okay, it's cool. You feel me, nigga? I remember we had J-Mo hit me. He was like, D-Lo got a show in Fresno, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. We finna slide. We finna take the Beeda van, slide out there, right? Go out there, right? Nigga go to, as soon as we pull up, well, we get to the hotel, some little groovy bitches pull up. They rapping the song, the No-Ho song, right? So I'm paying attention to that. I'm like, okay, feel me? Nigga, we go to the show, bro, right? Nigga get on stage, bro, he start performing that song, nigga, the whole place go crazy, you feel me? Then he had that little stomp dance, he started doing that shit, nigga, the whole place, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga, this it right here, you feel me? So that's why I was like, okay, this nigga got something, you know what I'm saying?
It was amazing, because, see, the whole time he was locked up, I was throwing free D-Lo tours.
You know, so I heard Hungry too. Hungry was out there passing out the CDs while he was locked up.
He was with the HBR Click, you feel me?
Yeah.
So when we throwing the free D-Lo tours, he came home
lit.
Hella big. I'm talking about lit, because he was already made a fucking move before that, because we was doing the, remember the candy shop and all of that, you feel me? So we doing all of these shows in the valley with the Sluggish shit. Yeah. So them niggas a murder damn near our show. You feel me? And we was turning shit out. But every time this fucking song came on,
nigga, they lost it, bro.
They fucking lost it,
because I ain't like, at first, I didn't, I was like, man, this shit cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's cool. But nigga, once I seen that shit, I'm like, bro, this special right here. Look, I'm the one who got his song Broke at KML. Right? I had an interview with Big Von, right? So I hit D-Lo. I'm like, bro. Actually, I hit Drew. I hit D-Lo first. I was like, had Drew clean that song up. I'm gonna let Big Von. It was my interview. You feel me? I think I had to Ain't Scaring Nothing Out at that time. Big Von wanted me to come through and do an interview. So as we do the interview, I'm like, Von, I got this nigga named D-Lo. I got this song. You feel me? He was like, I kind of heard something about him. I ain't heard it. You feel me? So he broke that motherfucker. So that's how No-Ho got broke up at KML.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So you said at that time you had the Wayne sample, we ain't scaring nothing.
Yeah, ain't scaring nothing, yeah.
Damn.
So you go up there to cameo for your interview, and you throw the alley hoop to little bro.
Yeah, because you know he PTB. Everybody that's in the building, you feel me? Like I
Facts.
ain't, shit. Come on, I always been that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
So like you said, then we're gonna kick off. That's where we came next with the You Hear My Tummy. That's when.
So that's when I met Stretch.
Oh, so this before Town Business.
This is how Town Business got started. Was You Don't Hear My Tummy. Oh, this was before Town Business. You feel me? Stretch was kind of like coming around the building and shit, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And then he approached me. I was the first artist on Town Business. I was the first one. He approached me. He was like, "Bro, I'm doing this shit with SMC." It was with Will from Active, and he was like, "We starting basically a Thiz Oakland section." You feel me? And he was like, "Man, I want you to kick it off." You know what I'm saying? So that's when we did the Town Business, and I came with the You Don't Hear My Tummy. I made that beat too. You feel me? And then Shady was messing with Colin Tilley. I mean, Shady had to show the video. He was at the studio. I'm like, shit was hard. I'm like, bro, who did this video? He was like, little homie from Berkeley named Colin Tilley. You feel me? So I was like, man, I want to do something with him. So he put us together, and then we shot that video. You know what I'm saying? And you know how big Colin is now.
Right, that's crazy. And too, to fast forward to today, motherfuckers shot shit for Kanye West, Wayne, everybody.
Yeah.
But this person started around y'all.
Yeah. You know what's funny? So Taj Mahal is my homie too, right?
Yeah.
He's a big director. I went to school with him. You feel me? So I never forget the day. Me and Colin, we was in my car. Colin, we was smoking. I remember I had picked him up from the house in Berkeley. We was finna go shoot something. We was in the car smoking, hotboxing. He was like, bro, Taj hit me and said he wanted me to come do some internship with him out there in LA. You feel me? He was like, you think I should do it? I was like, hell yeah. Taj was already my partner. I'm like, nigga, what? Hell yeah, go. So boom, he went out there and did that. And from there, it was over.
That's when Taj was doing the TPK shit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because that's when, this shit be crazy because he did the same thing to Terrence Banks. And T. Banks is who had shot him and Shooter, they was working with Future, shot Earthquake for me with mechanics in LA.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember you called me when you went to LA to go do that. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. And I believe that's when I first met Shock G for the first time in my life.
Yeah. And
when he met me, he already knew who I was.
Yeah.
And it was confusing. But he was like, bro, I heard your music. He was like, mechanics put me on. I'm thinking like, damn, all right, okay. And he was just like, what's your situation? I'm like, I'm pushing myself. And it was blowing his mind like, bro, you paying and doing all of this?
Yeah.
Like, what you do? Like, man, you know, just get
worry
money.
about that.
It's good, though. And, like, his aura, though, man, to be able to have Shock in my video, man, when I can say, then they're one of the only niggas in the town that rapped at the time, you feel me, to have Greg Valor in my shit was big, you know what I'm saying, and really taking heed to what I was doing at the time, you know, and it made me feel like a nigga got a purpose in this shit, you know what I'm saying, so, and it was crazy because right before that, me and you had did the Who That.
Yep.
You know, and
riding around the Lambos, niggas wasn't even fucking with it like that.
I
be checking off, I be looking at this shit, because, you know, I put that in my documentary. I got the What Is the Video
I was going to ask you.
And I be seeing Duty in there and shit, hella little. You know what I'm saying? Shit
like,
crazy.
people don't know, nor might not understand the quality of music and the quality of visuals that we was coming with.
Man,
like
for
you
real.
said, like we was coming with Lambos and Bentleys and
jewelry. Niggas wasn't even
jewelry
having jewelry and phones and all that
and
shit back then.
And these wasn't used cars either, too. I don't want motherfuckers to be like, oh, these, nah, we was
fucking with it.
was really fucking with it like that. You feel me? Like, my thing was, like Beeda was saying, like, Beeda from the top of the dubs, I'm from the bottom of the dubs, you feel me? And we are two of the representations of our neighborhood that was pushing the cause to make something change, you feel me? Because where we came from has always been kind of dividing for a minute. So with us being who we were, I was doing what I was doing, he was doing what he was doing, and niggas just said like, fuck it, let's bring this shit together. I hate him like, bro, I need you on some shit, you feel me? Bro, answer the phone with no problem. And we went from there and took it to a bigger height. So when I called him like, bro, we about to shoot a big video. The nigga like, what you mean a big video? Like, bro, come on, bro, pull up. I got the shirt ready for you. Got this ready for you.
Hella fun.
Hella shit. Pulled up on, we made history with the shit. And like you said, so to see it, I'm one day I'm looking, I'm like, damn. I'm like, who's a Beeda Weeda? I'm like, I see
what is a Beeda Weeda?
Yeah, I see the documentary and shit that you had did for what was it, Short and
Short, 40, and Be Legit and Tajay in there.
So it was like, I'm like, damn, bro, like, bro, really climbing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope, bro, to bring the visual light that we had from just doing it and making the chemistry glow better than with any. See, people really didn't know that though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we was connecting the dot for our neighborhood to where.
And setting the standard for the quality too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I appreciate you for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it opened up the door for the newer generation from our neighborhood to start doing shit together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little different now, but me and you was the first people that really bridged the gaps between that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. It was like, man, you from the Dubs, nigga, come on. You feel me? Like, you from the hood, nigga, it's good, nigga, whatever. I'm about to start doing this again. I used to do this shit at the end of every year. I'll do a free verse for anybody from the Dubs, but you gotta be really from the Dubs. You feel me? Yeah. I do a verse for you. So I just been thinking about, I'm gonna start doing that again. I usually do it like around Christmas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Should. I mean, that'd be a great deed to get back to the culture. Yeah. You know, like the endeavors that you have committed to this game, bro, it's just like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And to see you in your new place where you at right now is with the Beeda Weeda Foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
the BWLC Foundation.
That shit is dope, you know, because to see what niggas' minds used to be and what niggas' minds at today is a great thing, bro. You know, we've been doing shit that a lot of people been scared to do for a long time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I seen you start doing it, because, you know, I took the chance to put my back on the wall for the hood. Like, bro, this nigga doing positive shit for the hood. This nigga giving out shit. Yeah. And then I was like, damn, family, my brother came in with me now. It's two of us, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same two that you know what I'm saying? It always make me feel good, bro, at the end of the day, because the things that we took to stand for to do and we still doing, bro, it hold value and a purpose.
For sure.
A lot of people don't understand their value or their driven purpose, but we took heed to that shit.
You know, you always we always been two niggas. We share our platform, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with the billboards and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always, bro. Anytime you got something going on, bro, you always have open arms to niggas. You know what I'm saying? And there don't be too many niggas like that in Oakland. Everybody be like me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we necessary, and it's good to show niggas that you don't have to be selfish. You can still win and still help other people out. You know what I'm saying? Cause like we saying, like with the situation at the Hyro building, people didn't even know what was going on. Like, that was my situation. I mean, I could have easily been on some funny shit. You feel me? It's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing, nigga. Come on, you feel me? You know what I mean?
You brought.
And if I had a chance to do it again, I'd do it again. You know what I'm saying?
You brought the whole town, bro. On some real honest shit. I'm talking about from the 80s. To the 90s, to the 100s, to the north, to the east, to the west. You feel me? That's a motherfucker gotta salute you more than what they able of probably said or have not said, bro.
Well, I haven't did a bunch of podcasts, so people don't really know the narrative, though. You feel me?
About that, but it's a lot of people that have done podcasts before you that are scared to enlighten things like that. You know what I'm saying? We need to get in a comfort zone where we not afraid to show homage. You know what I'm saying? Showing homage is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gotta make that a great deed, because doing the sucker shit or talking bad about motherfuckers, niggas put light on that. But why niggas don't put light on niggas showing homage and niggas showing salvation of understanding, like, niggas came from somewhere and they doing better in life today. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need more times of today, bruh, is to just enlighten the homage side of things, the love side of things, because we always put so much energy on tearing motherfuckers down or turn oil in just situations, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just to see motherfuckers beat these odds, bro, is some of the greatest things that we should ever want a motherfucker to accomplish in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, bro. Like I said, what you doing, these new things and what you giving back to the community. What mind frame you was in when you started to be like, bruh, I want to try something different, bruh?
I mean, I that's just naturally me, bro. Like, you know, wanting to help, especially my people. You feel me? And I just wanted to put I wanted to change the narrative of our hood. You know what I'm saying? because, and it's just like, I believe in like, bro, before you leave this earth, you know what I'm saying? It's not about how much money you made and nothing about that. It's about what you did that was selfless. Like, what'd you do for other people to help other people that didn't really benefit you? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just my right as being from the Dubs and a lot of youngsters looking up to me, sometimes for the wrong things that, you know what I'm saying, I should put out, show them that you don't have, like, regardless of what type of environment we come from, bro, you don't have to be stuck to that. You know what I'm saying? And like, one of the dopest things, bro, when I first started doing the give backs, bro, in the hood, bro, I'll never forget, like, I did a couple of them. You feel me? I never asked for no donations, right? But it was like the third one, bro. Some of my little niggas from the hood, I'm talking about these little niggas terrorizing shit. You feel me? But niggas came up and gave me some money for the kids, bro. You feel me? Like, they didn't come to the event and none of that shit like that. And they didn't even want people to know. But they tapped in like, Beeda, bro, we got some money for you for the kids, for the backpacks and things like that. You feel me? So, like, just things like that, you know, lets me know that what I'm doing is I'm just changing the narrative and being a great example. And like I said, like, you don't have to stay where you started. You know what I'm saying? Cause like and then also it's like this, bro, like, you know, you got people who try to tell these youngsters, bro, like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you need to do this. But they won't listen to them because it's like, nigga, you ain't even did the shit that I did or been when I've been through, you feel me? Right. So when they see somebody who they know for sure, you feel me, come from that, is that, and did that, and they see how it lets them know, okay, I don't have, you know what I mean? I could be that way too, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I just feel like I'm obligated with that, you feel me? Yeah. Me still being free and alive, you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure, like, I'm obligated to do that, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to change the narrative for the hood, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes, you know, being where we come from in our environment and things we do to survive, you know, our reputation to get around and people that had a certain image of you and, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to change that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I always say, like, bro, if I didn't grow up in the hood or something, bro, I grew up somewhere, I probably would have been a doctor or some shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a product of my environment, you know what I'm saying? Right. And sometimes we get certain labels and shit, like, and people think that we can't grow or we're just a certain way and we're just, you know what I mean? So I just want to always be an example of growth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless where we come from the trenches, regardless what we've been through and what we did, like, you can always change and grow. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I just feel like that's just my responsibility to show that.
So with the people and shit that you had lost throughout the time and shit, like, how did that shit affect your mental health?
Oh, that shit fucked me up, bro. Like, they got PTSD and shit, like a war vet damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up in Oakland, bro, I didn't realize it till I started moving around. The things that we think are normal is not normal. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But we go through so much shit, death, and we become numb and we become used to it. Like I remember the first time I went to Atlanta, I was actually on the run, so I had went to Atlanta. And my cousin, he was going to college and shit out there, so I went and fucked with him for a minute. And then he took me out to Buckhead, right? I'll never forget, he took me out to Buckhead. So, you know, we from the town, bro. You know, anytime it's a bunch of black people around, we waiting on it. You feel me? So I remember he took me to Buckhead, he took me to the club. First of all, I'm tripping off of this shit, bro. It's lit, it's hella niggas, you feel me? So we go in the club, you know, I instantly got my back against the wall, and, you know, I'm on militant time. My cousin was like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Ooh. I'm like, man, I'm cool, I'm just checking it out, you feel me? So about an hour, I get loose, I start looking, I start seeing everybody having fun, they own that, you feel me? Boom, I'm lit, I'm having fun, I'm on the dance floor and all that. So like just experiencing that, like I remember too, I had met this police officer, he was black in Atlanta, and we chopped it up for like 30 minutes, you feel me? You know, where we from, bro? I had never even seen a black officer like that before, you feel me? Like, and when I was talking to him, it was almost like he was my uncle. Like, I didn't look at him as a police officer. You know, out here we look at police officers, they're like robots and shit, you feel me? Because they don't understand, ain't got no, you know what I mean? So, like, that just let me understand that, like, you know what I'm saying, where we come from, bro, we got a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? We went through a lot of things, and it shouldn't be normal. We shouldn't think like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but traveling, getting out, moving around, it showed me that, you know what I mean? So I always try to tell my niggas that, and always tell them you should leave here and go experience other things so you can understand. I always tell them, like, man, if you can make it in Oakland, you can make it anywhere. I don't give a fuck, bro. You feel me? Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like all the things we go through, bro, you know, it does a lot for our mental, like, especially like when my shit was popping, bro, we was funking so hard, bro. I couldn't never really enjoy what was going on, like the shows and all that. Cause every time we go out, bro, we on militant time. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We on one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so intense and shit. I can't even really. It's like we go in, we perform, boom, we gotta get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Then sometimes it be shootouts and shit like that. You feel me? So every time, like I wouldn't even let none of my bitches go to the shows with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know something might pop off. You feel me? I wouldn't let like none of my fans, you know what I mean? Like if they wasn't really with the bullshit and ready to move a certain way, like you can't come. You know what I'm saying? And that shit fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause at these times, niggas supposed to be enjoying this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was enjoying it, but I couldn't really enjoy it. You feel me? Wow. So it'd be a trip sometimes, like now when I got a little older and moving around and doing shows, you know, got past that, I'd be like, damn, it's a trip. Like this is how it's kind of supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But back then, it wasn't like that. And it's just, you know, but it's just a part of life though, bro. I wouldn't change nothing because it made me to be able to survive anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, I mean, all that shit, bro, fuck with your mental. You know what I'm saying?
What is it like being a dad to a daughter?
Man, it's dope. It's dope. That's crazy. I was talking to my partner about that today, but it's stressful like a motherfucker though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, cause you know with girls we super overprotective. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like right now, like I'm in one of the situations where she like, you know, pops, she's still hella young, but she wanna go get her own spot and all that. And I'm just like she ain't even got her license or nothing yet. Like I'm scared, I take her everywhere because I'm so scared to let her drive by herself. And I think something might happen, but.
How old is she now?
She's 19.
Damn.
19. So, yeah, bro, it's just, you know, it's just with girls, bro, they fun, you know what I'm saying? But me being a man, too, because, you know, it's just me and her. She stay with me, you feel me? So it's just me and her. So it's just certain things I had to learn, like, because, you know, with boys, and, you know, we could be a little rough, and they ain't gonna triple with girls. It taught me how to treat women a lot better, like, for sure. You feel me? Because I had to be a lot more patient with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be as hard, as sensitive. You can't do like a little boy and punch him in the chest and nigga shut up and woo. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So like before, you know, it's like I done said something to her and I'm thinking it's not that serious, and she start crying and breaking down. So I had to learn, like, okay, my mom would tell me like, no, you can't talk. You got to treat her more. You know what I mean? So it just made me more well-rounded, and like I said, it really showed me how to treat women better too, for sure.
Right. So where did your relationship come in with DJ Five Venoms?
Okay, so that came from my big bro Troy, right? So I say about 2000 and I think it's probably like 2011. So you know, I started running around. I was always in the South and shit, fucking around, right? It really came from me leaving. Like a lot of my biggest accomplishments and things I got going on, it didn't come from the Bay. It came from me leaving Oakland. You feel me? So I had went out to Texas on some trapping shit. You feel me? I went to Dallas. I think it was like 2009 or 10. You feel me? This was right. So okay, so boom, let's talk about this too. So Ghazi, right? So Ghazi mixed You Don't Hear My Tummy. He mixed the whole business album. I was at Ghazi's house every day. Then. I was at his house every day. The nigga literally would tell me every day.
Okay, so what was your relationship with Gold Toes at that time? Was that the 18? Was you on 18 with a bullet?
Yeah, that was just, I always fuck with the Northays and shit, so that's just how that came along. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a big bunch, you know, Northays in our hood and shit, you feel me? Right. So that's how me and Goals just hooked, we linked, and then I had hit him, I had the You Don't Hear My Tummy video, and I was like, Gold Toes, slide through them and use the whip, because you know, he had that drop red Impala, you feel me? So he pulled up, and that's when we like really, really locked in. And then, I would just be doing shit for him, hit me up, beat, I'm doing this compilation, or, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, cool, I'll go pull up on them niggas in Frisco. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know, I fuck with them niggas. And when I did the Town Business shit, I had kind of knew about Ghazi a little bit from making beats and shit through my homie Squint from New York. But Stretch was real tight with Ghazi. And he was like, you should take your shit over here to go get it mixed. Let Ghazi mix your album, you feel me? So Ghazi had an apartment over in Frisco. So every day I would go over there, because, you know, like all my mixing sessions, I sit in them, you feel me? Because I'm a producer and shit, you feel me? So I'll be at this nigga house every day, right? This nigga told me what he was gonna do, bro, and he did it. Like, this nigga told me what he was gonna do, bro. He was working at think it was Iota. It was Grooves, right? In Grooves, right? That was the first little digital with iTunes and all that shit, right? And I remember he would tell me, bro, because even at this time I wasn't really all the way. We were still doing the CDs and shit. The shit was new. But I remember we'd be in there, he'd be mixing the shit. The nigga stopped the computer like, Beeda, tell me I'm about to start my own digital company, nigga, and this shit gonna go. You feel me? Tell me this. We talked about this shit, and he was hella excited, bro. So it was just, it's for one, it's dope to see somebody say they gonna do something and just do it and go crazy with it. You feel me? But so anyway, it was that, right? Boom. I was finna go to that. He called me. This is when he had the first office in Frisco. And he was like, Beeda, pull up. He wanted me to bring some of my catalog over there. You know, he was just getting started and shit. You feel me? So then I was telling him, like, man, I'm about to go to Dallas and go fuck around just on go get some money. He was like, man, I got, he was like, there's this cat out there named Big Hud, you feel me? From Dallas. I remember Big Hud. And I guess he had met him through Fab, right? So he was like, hit up Fab, you probably should link with him while you out there. So I hit Fab. Fab introduced me to Hud, and then when I got to Dallas, I tapped in with him, and that nigga like my best friend.
You know, Hud did an album together.
Yeah, man, that's my dog. That's my brother. You feel me? That's one of my best friends, you feel me? So he was being managed by this cat named Troy, you feel me? It was a management shit. And I went to Atlanta one time. He introduced me to him. And so basically we got into like a little management situation with me. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was running around in the South. So Troy is from Orlando, right? So you know, Rolling Loud started in Orlando, right? So DJ Five Venoms, he's originally from Jersey, but I believe he went to college in Orlando. So he actually started, he's one of the founders of Rolling Loud. He's the original, you know what I'm saying? So him and Troy linked. So Troy was also throwing parties. He was like a big party promoter in Orlando. So he would have Five coming through DJing. They even, like him and Five even had bought a club. At a club. So they was real close, you feel me? Managing him. Troy had actually, I damn near had a deal with Def Jam. I did get a deal with Def Jam. They had flew me out, everything was through Troy, but whatever, the A&R that was signing me.
Got fired.
Yeah, you feel me?
And that's how the deal was.
You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? That shit broke my heart too. I couldn't believe that shit, bro. You feel me? Couldn't believe that shit. But, so boom, that happened. But me and Troy, you know, like Troy would always, you need to come to Atlanta. He just believed in me, you know what I'm saying? He knew how big I could be and shit, you feel me? So when the Rolling Loud shit started going, he was managing Five, right? So remember the one they had in the Bay, right? So they had the one in the Bay, and I guess when they was having a meeting, Troy brought up my name. Like, you know, he gonna have Beeda come out, right? I don't know who did it, but somebody was hating on me. Yeah, they was like, yeah, nah, Beeda gonna bring a certain type of crowd. We don't want him, right? So that kind of put like a little bit of fire up under Troy, you know what I'm saying? Cause he you know, he's like, man, this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? He really know me, you feel me? So I didn't perform at that one, but when it came up to LA, it was like a couple years later. First he introduced me to Five. He was like, they're gonna be at LA Wolves. So I went and pulled up, just met Five. I went and held him down while he had a bunch of little events and shit. And we just clicked, you know what I'm saying? Like we clicked, and then how did it go? They hit me one day. It was like, bro, you want to rock? I'm like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, come, I'm gonna give you a slot on Five set. You feel me? So I pulled up, and I performed. And after that, we did a mixtape. We just really locked in. Like Five was like family. It's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? So then from there, he had came back to LA. I went and pulled up on him again, and we were talking about doing an album. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about doing a project. And we were gonna drop an album. And then also at this time, now I'm into the weed game. I got my own cannabis strain called M&M's, you know what I'm saying? So Five wanted to get into the weed game. He wanted to get his own bag, you know what I'm saying? So we came up with this idea called Shippers Department, you know what I mean?
I seen that.
Yeah, so that was basically me, Five, and this other company called Pack Bros, right? So we started that because Pack Bros was who I was distributing my cannabis through. So we started the Shippers Department. It was just supposed to be like a one-off drop where we do some t-shirts, we drop the bag, and we drop some music. And then it kind of just turned into like a whole little movement, you know what I mean? So we were supposed to just do it at the LA one, went and did the LA one, things were moving good, and so I did LA again, and then basically it turned into basically like, I was low key like a part of Five's entourage. You know what I'm saying? Like anywhere Rolling Loud, you know what I mean? I'm there with him. You feel me? So after that, we went to Miami, and he actually got our merch put in the Rolling Loud store. You feel me? So in Miami, I didn't even know I was gonna perform. Somebody didn't show up. So then he was like, Beeda, what's up? You ready? I'm like, nigga, what? Hell yeah. And he put me on I got on the big stage, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that came apart. And yeah, that's basically how we linked. It was all through Troy. And we just, bro, I just been rocking with Venoms for like the past like 3 years, you know what I'm saying? And we just family now. And so now he's also doing like his DJ Khaled thing. He's an artist, he's been dropping records. So like the past 2 years, we've been dropping a bunch of singles and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just working, bro. You know what I mean?
Man, I've been seeing that. Y'all done build a crazy camaraderie ass situation.
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah.
And it's dope, bro, to see that, because I had met him when he came here, when you said in the Bay.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
Yeah.
And I had one with Lil Pete and whoever was damn. He go by thousands now. Little bro, they got Shotty in a wheelchair now. That's my little nigga though. I can't think of his name right now. But he was rapping.
Mm-hmm.
He was hot at the time. Pete, and it was somebody else. I can't remember, but they had that session with Five Venoms.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Duty had one to go rock, because that's when Duty had his Stay Out My DM single going, and that Celebrity Chick song. And they just invited us, like, come fuck with us.
Yeah.
We ain't guaranteed that y'all can perform, but we're going to give y'all all access.
Yeah.
You feel me? So the first day that we went, I actually paid to go.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 days that time. But when I got in there, the Wiggle gang was so crazy.
Yeah.
We started seeing hella people we know.
No, yeah.
Across the state, like you said, niggas know other niggas from away from here. So I'm seeing people, you feel me? I start talking to Matt. Matt like, man, you know I own this one. Matt, this your shit?
Yeah.
Like, start talking to Matt. Matt put me in line over here. Well, Doug is about to be here. Woo, this and that. Duty. You know how Duty is.
Yeah.
He took it in. He ran with it. He in everybody's shit. He in Thug shit. He in the Tiger shit. He in Yachty shit. The Baby shit.
Yeah.
He all over it. You feel me? And it was a dope sight to see. You feel me? Because a lot of that came in from just fucking with SOB.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And they took a liking into Duty at a young age. You know, and that situation start opening up doors, like you said, type in with Stretch and be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Our little Kilo. You know what I'm saying? It'll always be one of them too. And that shit just start, you know, progressing. And it opened up a domino effect, bro. And then to where we at today, like you said, you've been seeing Duty shit. Like, people don't even know that you've been around Duty down there his whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You done seen Duty from when he was 4 years old with big ass chains, did that drag it to the ground. He been here today, and you always played a domino part in his career. If what people might not know, you know what I'm saying? Even from just tapping in with him with family members from the neighborhood, putting him on songs, inviting him to certain different situations or around situations, you feel me? And I appreciate you for that, bro, because...
Man, he one of us, man. We gotta, you feel me? Like, the whole hood needs to be fucking helping that little nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, like, you know, if they come from where we come from, bro, me as a big homie, that's what I'm supposed to do, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And nigga ain't did nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We all family, so it's like, of course I'm gonna share my platform, you know what I'm saying?
But you know, we come from a time where people be, like you said, they gonna rub it in, you know. But it's a lot of you brothers, man, that really had a love for me, that showed a different type of love and desire for my son, and the type of love and respect that I got off of y'all. Words can't even explain it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker could have been like, we fuck with you, but your son still got to figure it out. But niggas took it in early, like, nah, this little nigga dope. We fuck with you. Let's keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just from the bottom of my heart, because he's been seasoned around a lot of people, bro, to learn the right way of doing things. You feel me? It wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? They've been a conglomerate of family of people that have put they hands in as much as they could. You know what I'm saying? I always been the direction and the focus or the bag or wherever else in my connections, but just having my relationship with throughout these times, me keeping a good resume with my peers, have made a great example.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because that's where all the foundation start with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I always been trying to keep my head on the swivel on the right path to make sure he have a great future. You know what I'm saying? Because me fucking up, burning my name up in the streets, burning my name up in the music,
it's gonna hurt him.
It's gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just been always trying to take heed to that, to keep that in mind. You know, that I am his biggest downfall or his biggest up. You know, so always keep that shit close, dearly. You know, I want to thank you, bro, for coming today, giving me a little bit of your time.
I'm gonna come back. We got a lot more to chop it over with. Yeah. We got a lot more to come back.
No spit, that's for her. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's always a great thing, bro, to have one of my peers here, one of my family members, some people that I had the situation of working with. You know what I'm saying? Building a great relationship with. You know what I'm saying? And seeing the future come for wherever we to be multi-millionaires, something, billionaires one day, you know, and it's a blessing, bro. I just want to say thank you, bro, for everything that you can contribute to the Bay Area, to town, to the Dubs, and everywhere else around the city by putting your life on the line for a lot of us when a lot of us didn't even know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucker respect you and love you to death for that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucker just take heed to that shit, bro, when we got a lot of good men in our circles of peers of our streets of Oakland, but sometimes we overlook it by a lot of the fuck shit that niggas have been through. So, just to be able to give you your homage, your gold bars, and your love where you can feel this shit and see this shit while we here, bro, it's always going to be a desirable thing to me, bro, because this shit ain't destined for nobody to make it.
Exactly.
Or it ain't destined for nobody to get no money out this shit, but the thing that niggas have gave to this shit is love. Niggas did this shit because they loved it.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Come on, man.
Thank you, bro, for everything that you done done for Oakland, bro. That's why I really started this platform, to be able to give a voice and show homage and show respect and take the light and the heat on the good part of things that people that contribute instead of the things that we have been through that was negative. Yeah. So to have this situation, to build this shit, and to see where it's going and where I'm at with it, it feels good, bro, because a lot of people fall in place to understand we better together than we is divided. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dividing part about where we come from is so easy. But to bridge the gap and bring shit together, that shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like going to work. A lot of niggas think that going to work is easy. You want to go work for the next man. You got to be on the next man's time, on the next man's dollar, on the next man's. You feel me? That shit is hard. So actually moving on the purpose for your own is easy. Because I can be a fuck up on my own. I already did some money on my own. But going for the next man, that take a lot of pride to put down and understand that, like, there's a will, there's a way, and it's a sacrifice that you might got to give to get there. So thank you for every sacrifice that you gave us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is there any last words that you might want to give to people? You know what I'm saying?
Follow me on Instagram at Beeda Weeda. Check out my new strain, Hella IP, available at smoker.com. And man, to all the youngsters out there, man, just stay positive, stay down. Find you something that you love to do, pursue it, and whatever you're doing, just stay consistent in it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Well, stay on your driven purpose, man. If you can stay away from the politics and the bullshit, you can do it. Don't let nobody else be the decision on your sacrifices, because nigga ain't at them concrete motherfucking grounds, them concrete walls, man, and them stainless steel beds. It's niggas in there. It ain't no bitches. Ain't no bitches. So no hoes in that motherfucker. No hoes, man. Don't look at it as this situation, because brother in there that you could be up next to brother. You know what I'm saying?
Brother trying to get out there.
Brother trying to get out, nigga. Unless some kind of strange in this situation, you might be understand. But other than that, man, stay out the bullshit, man, and make the example that you don't want to live for your own example for your future. You know what I'm saying? Don't just live for the day, because you got to live for the rest of your life. And a lot of times we just live with our purpose or just for the day. Nah, man, life is bigger than just today. So if you quit out early, you're gonna get a quit out early example. And that's sometimes being in the cemeteries or the jail cells, you feel me? So have a visionary mind state, man, to keep going, to keep focusing on what it got for you. And what it's got for you might not be for the next man who you sit next to, but understand that. But when you get that, always bring it back and don't forget where you came from, man. We up out this motherfucker, man. It's the guy, Mr. Carterblock, man. Beeda Weeda in this motherfucker, man. The B.O.T. to the T.O.T., man. Legendary. You understand me? Wake your motherfucking ass up.